negative energy. All right, I feel like there's interference, like someone just doesn't want me to deliver good news. But I had to light an incense, and I wanted to change the subliminal for your reading, okay? Let's just clear the energy. Okay, so this is going to be for Leo. This is a love reading. This will apply if you have Venus in Leo, Juno in Leo, or if you have Leo in your 7th house. You can also check your other placements as well. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, things like that. All right, let me just turn over the cards. Okay, so this card is actually standing out before I turn it over. I'm getting second chance. Maybe you're dealing with a Cancer. That's just being an asshole for no reason. All right, there's going to be a second chance, or you're going to have a second chance to make a first impression. I feel like somebody wants another chance with you, okay? Or like somebody wants to get back together, possibly. We'll see if this comes out in your reading. All right, but let's get started. All right, I'm going to pull a card. This is, already mentioned, this is for June 11th through the 18th. All right, yeah. Okay, it says true love, and it's safe for you to love. Okay, nice. All right, so I feel like somebody may want a second chance. I feel like it's safe for you to be with this person. It's safe for you to love them. It's safe for you to trust them. It's safe for you to give them a chance. It's safe for you to go out. It's safe for you to love. This love is true. It's genuine. It's honest. All right, so I feel like somebody genuinely loves you. When they say they love you, they do. Okay, and it's safe for you to say it back. It's safe for you to open up. It's safe for you to be vulnerable with this person, okay? All right, so it's safe for you to love, and true love, okay? I just heard somebody likes your scent. They like the way that you smell. You smell really good. I feel like somebody has a lingering, someone has like lingering perfume or lingering cologne. It lingers. Like after they leave your presence, you smell it all over you. You smell it all over your house. Okay, somebody leaves their mark. Okay, let's see. Okay, the 5 of Wands. All right, so I'm getting playful banter, the Death card. Yeah. So somebody wants a second chance. I feel like if there was like a lot of drama, arguing, competition, or back and forth, tit for tat, competing, that's going to change. Like somebody wants to change their ways. All right, let's see what the 5 of Wands is. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. Yeah, so somebody is like very destructive. They are a warmonger. Yeah, Scorpio. Scorpio is the god of war, or they're ruled by Mars, at least the first deacon. I feel like it's important that you check that. If somebody has Venus in Scorpio, make sure you check which deacon it's in. That goes for any sign, any placement. You have to know the deacon so you can understand the person or the degree in which that sign is taking influence, okay? Especially if somebody has Venus in Scorpio. They tend to war with their partners, okay, depending on the deacon, okay? If they have Venus in Scorpio and it's in the first deacon, that will be Mars. So this person, they like to battle and fight and go back and forth with their partners, even if it's petty. I just feel like somebody likes to annoy you, irritate you, or they like drama. All right, but the 5 of Wands, okay, so let's see. So I feel like right now somebody is competing with you, or there's like a lot of back and forth between you and somebody else. But with these 2 cards coming out, it could be playful banter, but I just feel like somebody likes to pick on you. They like to pick and nag and start fights. Even if it's detrimental to the relationship, yeah, because Scorpio rules destruction. So I feel like they don't really have any boundaries, or they don't know when to quit. Even if the relationship is being destroyed, someone likes to play petty games. All right. Or somebody likes to compete. They like to see who can win when it comes to love. When love is not you can't have love and war. I don't understand how those 2 things can coincide. But if you're dealing with a Scorpio, they see love completely different. Okay, that's more of a Taurus thing. The love thing, that's more of a Taurus trait. All right, so let's see. I feel like this person, they show their love by arguing with you, or by competing with you, or by picking fights with you, or by irritating you. All right, let's see. I feel like that's going to change though, if that's what you're dealing with right now in this relationship. Someone who's real petty, like they're very narrow-minded. Everything is a battle, everything is a fight. It's an endless battle of the wits all the time. Somebody's always trying to one-up you. That's going to change. Now, you may have a change of heart. That could be what's changing also. All right, let's see. The title card, yeah. I feel like somebody picks on you, or they pick fights because they want to be with you in a long-term committed relationship, but they don't know how to do it without destroying the relationship. Scorpio energy. Very destructive. It could also be a Leo, like someone's real petty and they don't know how to stop. They don't know how to stop being petty. They don't know how to stop competing or arguing. They just can't help themselves. Like somebody could have Venus and Leo in the first decan. It is a placement. It is part of their genetic code or their genetic makeup to be a petty person. They're very competitive and they don't know how to stop doing it. All right, I feel like somebody doesn't know how to stop arguing with you. They don't know how to stop. You have the Ace of Swords. They have a hard time not doing this. Yeah, but I feel like what they really want is to be in a relationship with you. They want to be your significant other, but they don't know how to just come out and say, can we be together? They have to always do something petty to get your attention, or they have to always start a fight with you. When they don't realize that, that's destroying the connection. That's destroying the love that you have for them, because it makes the love complicated and it makes you have to, you find yourself having to force the connection because it's always a competition, it's always a battle, they're always competing, or they're always comparing you to someone. Instead of just loving you, instead of just being genuine and authentic, there's always like some type of friction. I feel like somebody likes dramatic relationships. They just cannot help themselves. It excites them. They like to argue and fight with their partners. All right, so check somebody's Venus sign, the deacon. All right, and we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so I feel like somebody has a huge ego. You're dealing with a Leo or a Sagittarius, but this is for you. This is for your sign, Leo. So I feel like you guys clash because you are both fire signs. Both of you are very excited, but I don't understand what the competition is about if you love someone. Okay, then you have the Page of Pentacles. Yes, so I'm getting the competition is with work. You guys do the same type of work. They feel the need to compete with you when it comes to work. I feel like somebody always brings up work, or they always brag about work. I feel like if you brag about work, if you're doing very well at work, they feel like they have to compete, or they feel like they have to compete for your attention. All right. So I feel like, maybe I feel like somebody has a hard time being humble and saying, hey, I don't want to compete for your attention. I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. But I feel like somebody does not know how to get your attention without doing something petty. But the Five of Wands, that's your energy. That's the first deacon of your sign. So maybe you are the petty one. You have to always be petty to get somebody's attention, or you have to always compete or compare them to someone to get their attention. So I feel like you're dealing with a Sagittarius, possibly an earth sign, but we're going to see where this is going. All right, so what is the Five of Wands about? I feel like you guys have a hard time coming to some type of common ground when it comes to work. Maybe you are more successful, or maybe you make more money, and you guys do this. So it gets a little bit tricky when you guys have the same job. Okay, so that's where the competition comes in. Or I feel like somebody makes more money than the other person, and that also gets tricky. There's like a lot of friction. What's the Five of Wands? I feel like too somebody is pushing you away because they're afraid to love, or they're afraid to trust, or they're afraid to settle down, or they're afraid to commit. Definitely could be a Sagittarius here. They have a hard time committing, or just stopping, slowing down to be with someone. What's the Five of Wands? Or they have a hard time believing that love is real. They have a hard time believing what you say. They have a hard time just believing in the whole concept of romance. Okay, what is the Five of Wands, please? like you guys argue over petty things, like a lot of petty fights. Okay, what's the, I'm getting to, there's a lot of external influences, people interfering, your friends are talking bad about them, their friends are talking bad about you, people giving you bad advice. I'm getting you're listening to other people, and it's destroying your connection. Yeah, you have the shift, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Strength card. Yeah, so there's something that's going to shift here. I feel like someone's not going to argue with you anymore. Someone does not like to argue. You could be dealing with a Libra. I know they hate arguing, they hate fighting, they hate the back and forth, tit for tat. So I'm getting you're dealing with a very peaceful person. It could be a Taurus too. They don't argue. They're not petty. They don't compete with you. They don't compare you to people. They don't try to make you jealous. This person's not like that. I feel like they're very loyal. Maybe you don't believe that someone's loyal to you because they're too excited or they're too sexy. So I feel like you're dealing with insecurities. And you maybe you blame them, or you accuse them of cheating, or you accuse them of, I don't know, being promiscuous, and they're not. I just feel like you're angry because somebody won't argue with you, or like they won't go back and forth with you on something that's petty. I feel like somebody just wants to love you. They don't want to argue about it. I feel like because it's a petty argument. Yeah, the Ten of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you like to argue, or like somebody. They overcomplicate situations for no reason. Like somebody just likes to irritate. They like to see you go off. Somebody likes to trigger you. But this is a love reading, or this is a love connection. I don't understand why that's necessary. But I feel like somebody feels like if you don't get jealous, if you don't get triggered, you don't care, you don't love them. So somebody is really jaded, or someone does not know how to love, or they have a debilitated Venus, okay? Or they have a debilitated Mars. They don't know how to deal in a relationship with somebody else. They don't know how to deal with their emotions. They don't know how to process their emotions. So there they start fights, or they compare, they compete, or they just give you a really hard time for no reason. I just feel like, yeah, somebody's a poor communicator, and they get frustrated when they can't express themselves. Or they get frustrated when you express yourself in a calm manner, or when you resist the argument, when you resist the fight. It upsets them because they don't think that you love them if you don't fight with them, if you don't argue with them. It means you don't love them. Like somebody likes drama, and if you don't, yeah, so they misinterpret love. What is this over here? Somebody is opposed to peace. Like I said, going back to that Scorpio, somebody is afraid of peace. They're afraid of a peaceful situation. They always need something to be going on. They always need drama, because if they don't have drama, they get afraid that something bad is going to happen. So somebody's not used to being in a peaceful, loving connection. They have to always be arguing with you, or starting a fight, or competing with you, comparing you to someone, or accusing you of something. What is this? And I feel like if you don't argue, if you don't engage, it makes them feel unloved, like you don't care, okay? The Seven of Pentacles, yeah. I feel like too, somebody's a poor listener. They take your words out of context. I feel like someone does not listen to you, they just wait to talk. So I feel like it starts arguments because somebody's not listening. They just want to argue and fight. They just want to prove their point. I see you listening to them though. I see somebody bitching at you or nagging, and I see you listening to them. But as soon as you start talking, they cut you off, or they play the blame game. Like somebody just has a hard time being in a relationship with another person peacefully. I feel like somebody's actually afraid of peace. They don't know how to handle a calm situation or a calm person. It throws them off, or it causes them to distrust when someone's calm, or when someone's peaceful, or when somebody knows how to handle an argument, or when someone does not get triggered. Somebody internalizes that as an insult. What's the title card? Oh yeah, it makes them feel rejected when you don't argue with them. Or when you say, hey, can I get some space? Or hey, I don't want to fight. Hey, I don't want to argue. It's exhausting. They feel rejected when you do that. They take it as an insult because they like to argue, or they like to fight, or they don't know how to process their emotions without getting frustrated. This is the title card. The Fool, and then the Two of Swords. Yeah, you're dealing with a Libra. They're very peaceful. The one way to get a Libra to leave you is to argue with them. They absolutely hate arguing, especially if it's for no reason. If you're just arguing for the sake of arguing, they also hate when you compare them to people. So I feel like you're dealing with a Libra. They're not going to argue with you. It's pointless. It's petty. They're not like that. They're a peaceful sign. They're ruled by Venus. I feel like somebody could have Venus and Libra in the first decan. Yeah, so they have Venus in the sign of love. They're very peaceful. They're very logical. They try to see both sides. They try to reason with you. They try to talk to you. They try to listen. They try to get to the root of the problem. I feel like you just want to fight with someone and you're mad because someone won't fight back, or you're mad because somebody won't get triggered. Yeah, so yeah, I feel like you're dealing with someone who's incredibly balanced in their emotions. They're incredibly mature. And they're not petty, and you don't know how to deal with that. So you have a hard time being in a peaceful connection with another person. Okay, or this is them. You have the Justice card and the Five of Cups. I feel like you missed them. You don't know how to say that. Just say, hey, I missed you. Or hey, I messed up. Or hey, I'm sorry. That's all you have to say. You don't have to argue or compete or go back and forth or be petty or compare them to other people because you feel inadequate, or you feel like somebody's rejecting you. You don't have to do that. I feel like somebody is peaceful and you refuse to believe that, or you don't like that. If you don't like that, leave them alone. I feel like you have a hard time believing that somebody is genuine because they don't argue with you. But it says true love and it's safe for you to love. If you don't feel like it's safe for you to love, or if you don't trust someone, maybe you should leave this person alone. Or if you have a hard time being peaceful, or you have a hard time loving, maybe you should take a step back. What is the Fool card and the Two of Swords? I feel like you get offended because somebody is detached from a situation, or somebody lets go of things. They let go of petty shit, and that makes you mad, or that triggers you when somebody lets go of a petty argument, or you get triggered when someone doesn't get triggered. Because you don't trust them, you don't trust the situation because they're too nice and they're too peaceful. So you could have Venus in Scorpio or something like that. I'm getting a Scorpio here. Maybe you're cross-watching. You have a hard time dealing with peace because you're destructive, or because you're fixed, and they're cardinal. So they can change, they can let things go, and you have a hard time doing that. Because you're a Leo, you're a fixed sign. All right, so you hold on to things, you have a hard time detaching from how you feel, or you have a hard time separating your emotions in a conversation. Therefore, you can't think logically, or you can't see the silver lining. All you see is what's wrong with you, or all you see is what they did wrong to you, or all you want to do is fight and argue and compete and compare. They're not going to do that. Especially if it's a Libra or a Taurus, you're not going to get a fight out of this person. These two signs are peaceful. Somebody could have Jupiter in this sign or Venus in one of these signs. They're not going to fight with you, unfortunately. What's this right here? Or they're going to do everything they can to avoid a confrontation. Maybe you feel like, oh, you're scared, you're afraid to face me. Maybe they are. But like someone is not going to give in to that either. Like someone is not triggered by fights. They're peaceful. What's the Fool card and the Two of Swords? I feel like somebody is indifferent, they're impartial, they're neutral, and maybe you don't like that. Or maybe somebody does not want a relationship, or somebody does, like somebody won't give you a solid answer. They have a hard, they're very indecisive, so definitely getting more Libra energy. Somebody has a hard time deciding what they want. Maybe they don't, maybe somebody doesn't want any strings attached, and that bothers you. Or like somebody can just let go of you without feeling anything, and maybe that bothers you. I feel like if you don't know astrology, you should probably learn it if you want to understand someone, if you want this to work. If you don't, let it go. But I feel like it's very important that you understand this person's anatomy or their natal chart. Because I feel like somebody you could be dealing with a Venus and Aquarius too. They just let go, they're detached. It's not that they don't love you, they're not attached to love. You have a hard time processing that, maybe. Oh, this is them. What is this here? Ten of Swords. Okay, so something's going to end abruptly. I feel like someone's going to ignore you because they don't want to fight. They don't want to argue. Somebody just wants a peaceful connection with you. And they can't have that, they're not going to talk to you at all. Or this is you. What is the Knight of Wands? I feel like you want someone who's more excitable. Or you want someone who's going to, you want like somebody you want the drama. You're not going to get that from a Taurus or a Libra, unfortunately. Maybe you should date a Sagittarius. They're more likely to argue. They're more excited. So this could be a situation where you're looking for love in all the wrong places, or this has been. What's the Knight of Wands? You have the Ace of Wands. Yes, I'm getting your turn on. You want sex. Just tell them that, or not. It's up to you. The Judgment. And then you have the Sun. And you have a hard time just being honest with this person, being upfront, or you have a hard time taking their words. I feel like you have a hard time facing the truth about who you are, or you have a hard time facing the truth about a situation. I feel like too you have a hard time like letting go of your ego, letting go of your pride. You have too much pride to say you're sorry, or you have too much pride to let things go. You hold on to things, you internalize them, or they do. You have a hard time trusting in a loving situation. Or you have a hard time being peaceful. What is the Queen of Wands? The Page of Cups, the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're upset, you're angry because someone's sweet, because someone's happy, or because someone's nice to you. You don't know how to take that. So I feel like you need to deal with like your insecurities. You have internal insecurities that you take out on this person, or they take out on you. You're literally mad because someone's being nice. Someone's being nice to you and it makes you mad, or it irritates you. Maybe somebody's voice is irritating, or their accent. This could be, I feel like there could be a language barrier. I feel like you could be dealing with somebody who's African, Jamaican, Haitian, or from the Caribbean. And it could be their accent that irritates you. Maybe everything that somebody does at this point irritates you. I feel like too, maybe somebody only talks about themselves. They're very self-centered, or they're very self-absorbed. Maybe that irritates you also. Or you feel like somebody's always trying to tell you about yourself or tell you what to do, that irritates you. Or you feel like somebody's trying to change you, that irritates you also. I feel like you're irritable, or they are. I feel like maybe you feel like somebody tries to give you advice and you don't want their advice, that irritates you. Or you feel like somebody, the Queen of Wands tends to be very sexy. Maybe you feel like somebody's being too sexy, too flirtatious, or somebody is like being too desirable. They're drawing attention to themselves, and that irritates you as well. What is the Page of Cups and the Nine of Wands? I feel like you would prefer someone that kind of not beat you up, but you would prefer someone a little bit more with a rougher exterior. You want someone to be rough with you, or like you want someone to manhandle you, or like I'm not gonna say you want someone who's going to abuse you, but I'm getting you want someone who's more tough, more hard, someone who's gonna argue. You want the pushback. You're not gonna get that from a Taurus or a Libra. These signs are very compromising and peaceful. What is the Page of Cups and the Nine of Wands? Or you want someone who's bitter or angry, you're not going to get that. I mean, it just depends. What is the Page of Cups and the Nine of Wands? Maybe anger turns you on. I mean, just be honest with yourself about what you want. I feel like you're trying to force a connection with someone you're not compatible with. It's okay if you like someone who's more tough. You like someone who's a little bit more angry, irritable. You like that. You like someone who's going to trigger you. It's okay. I feel like you need to be honest with yourself about that. You want the dramatics. You like it. You are a Leo. Leo's rule of theatrics or acting. I feel like you want someone who's a little bit more dramatic. Not angry, but I just feel like you want someone, maybe you do. Maybe you want someone who's angry and bitter, or someone that you can easily trigger. This is the Page of Cups and the Nine of Wands. The Five of Cups. Okay, yeah. So you miss them or you don't? I'm confused. And then you have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, you're stressed out because you can't trigger this person. Like I said, I feel like you're dealing with a Taurus or a Libra. This type of the type of dynamic that you want, you're not going to get from those two signs. But I feel like you're trying to force it. You're trying to force this person to be triggered, or you're trying to force them to be angry, or you're trying to force them into a character that you deem to be desirable, and they're not going to do that. If you're dealing with a Taurus, they're also fixed, so they're not easily swayed. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, the same thing. So you wish that somebody would go back to being angry like they used to be. You miss when they were angry and agitated. I feel like somebody is more peaceful now, and you don't like that. Because I feel like when somebody is in love, they calm down. They're more peaceful. You like it better when someone's angry and agitated and mean and bitter. You can't take the peaceful person. But I feel like that's what comes with the territory when somebody falls in love. They compromise, they become more peaceful. You don't like that. Yeah, the Ten of Wands and the Temperance, you like it better when somebody's giving you a hard time, or you like it better when someone's struggling, or you like it better when someone's loud and obnoxious. I don't know, I'm just speculating here. You like it better when you can trigger them. Now that you can't, you don't know how to handle it. Yeah, I feel like you don't know how to, you're used to stressful situations. And because the situation is so peaceful, or because somebody's so peaceful, you don't trust them. You need to really deal with that. You don't trust someone because they're being nice to you. Or you feel like somebody's being fake because they're not mad, or they're not letting you trigger them, or they're not arguing with you. What's the Page of Pentacles? Or because somebody's at work or whatever. What's the Page of Pentacles? The High Priestess and the Six of Cups. Yeah. So somebody's very sweet to you, very kind. That angers you. I'm not judging you. This is a very peculiar situation. I mean, it is what it is. You are who you are, or they are who they are. Okay, so you're going to hold back. I feel like you feel like somebody's withholding sex, or you're going to withhold your love until somebody gets angry. Until somebody gets triggered, you're not going to give them what they want, because they're not giving you what you want, which is anger, excitement, or pushback. Yeah, so you feel like somebody's being condescending or indirect because they're being peaceful. You hate that. You hate a peaceful person, or you hate a peaceful situation. You see it as boring. So I feel like you need to date someone who's more excited, or somebody who's more flagrant or flamboyant. I feel like too, if you are a male watching this, there's a female here who's going to ask you, are you gay? Are you attracted to men because you're so peaceful? They see that as being feminine. They're not used to that. So somebody may ask you, are you gay? Do you like men? Because they're used to being disrespected, they're used to being beat up in their relationships, or they're used to arguing and fighting with their partners. So they may think that you are feminine, or they may think that you are homosexual. I feel like you are going to have clarity in a situation. You are going to see somebody's true colors, or you need to figure out what you want when it comes to love. But the cards are saying this person truly loves you. They're just not mad, or they're just not angry. It's safe for you to love them back, even though you probably won't, because they're not mad and angry. I feel like that's what you are attracted to. You are attracted to drama. You don't want to face them. You don't want to deal with that fact. You don't like that. I feel like right now I'm irritating you because I'm just saying that to you. You're like, no, I don't like drama. Okay. Or this is the other person. They have a hard time dealing with the truth. They have a hard time hearing the truth. They don't want to hear that. I feel like somebody has created a fantasy around themselves, around their persona. They don't want to face the truth. They don't like the truth. They like to live in a fantasy world where they're always right, or something like that. Or this is you. Or you have apology. So I feel like maybe you apologize to someone, or you're trying to. Somebody wants you to do more. They want you to say more. They want you to put forth more effort. Somebody wants you to work for their love, or somebody wants you to earn their affection by putting in a lot of work, or like really, you know, I feel like somebody is used to arguing a lot, or something like that. You have integrity. Yeah, so you don't trust someone. You don't trust someone because they're honest. I'm just reading the cards. You can deny it all you want to. I feel like that's the issue here. Somebody has a hard time facing the truth, or they have a hard time facing themselves. So you have integrity. So somebody's honest and genuine, and you don't trust that because they're honest and genuine. And then you have interference. Yeah, so I feel like somebody's in your ear telling you that someone's lying to you. They're evil. They don't really love you. They're dramatic. Like, there's a lot of external influences here. And I feel like somebody is very easily swayed. They listen to other people. They're easily influenced. So you may get back to them, and they're arguing with you because of what somebody else said. I feel like too, you may discover that somebody talks about you behind your back. So when you guys do come back together, there's like a competition going on, because you know what their friends are saying, what your friends are saying. You guys are at odds with each other. Or someone's like, you're with that boring person. They're so boring, when really they're just peaceful. All right. Or they're just very honest and wholesome. You're not used to that, or they're not used to this in you. I feel like two of you are African American, or you are foreign, especially if you are an African American woman. The common consensus, or the common narrative, is that African American women are angry. So I feel like if you're not angry, it kind of throws somebody off. Like, you're a peaceful black woman? That doesn't make any sense. You have I apologize. Yeah, because somebody's judging you. Somebody's judging a book by its cover. Somebody assumes because you are African American or because you have your skin is you have a deep complexion. You have a deep complexion that you're supposed to be angry. Someone's judging you because they can't trigger you. They're mad because you have integrity. You're peaceful. You genuinely love them. They don't know how to accept this. They don't know how to accept true, honest, genuine love from another person. I feel like too, even when you apologize, somebody still wants to argue. Like somebody likes drama and they have a hard time admitting that. Somebody has a hard time facing themselves. Token of love. So if someone's going to give you a token of love, this could be money, it could be a gift, it could be advice, it could be a conversation. But a token of love is usually something that you can taste, touch, feel, and smell, something tangible. I feel like too, maybe somebody else is giving you a token of love or somebody's giving you attention that angers them. Because they feel like you're not worthy or they feel like you're fake because you're not angry. For some of you, there's going to be a reconnection here with a water sign. Right? It says, who benefits? You know what I'm getting to? I'm getting to somebody's used to being used. Usually when they get into relationships, people are looking to use them. So they just assume that you're doing the same thing. They don't even give you a chance. They just assume that you are going to use them. They assume that you're an angry black woman, or they just assume that you're going to be very dramatic and you're not. It says who benefits. I'm also getting to this person, they're used to people saying, well, what are you going to do for me? What can you do for me? You're not doing that, therefore they don't trust you. Somebody's not used to true love in their life. Okay, so it says who benefits. Who benefits from your shame? Think about it. Action. Shifted by showering yourself with unconditional love and rich adoration. Yes, so love yourself. I feel like somebody does not love themselves, therefore they have a hard time loving you. That's why they're always arguing with you, competing with you, comparing you to other people, trying to one-up you, trying to hurt you, trying to make you angry because someone does not love themselves. They don't know how to love. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.